Greetings to all melanated people all around the world. It's really a joy. It's a blessing. It's a great honor to be out here in nature and greeting you. Knowing that I'm bringing a message of truth to you. Knowing that I'm bringing a message of emancipation to you. Knowing that I'm bringing a message that would definitely set you free if you would listen to what I'm saying with an open heart. And if you would put what I'm saying to work in your life. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I now want to speak to you concerning the teachable and the unteachable. Okay, and the teachable and the unteachable is just speaking about those who are willing to learn and those who are not willing to learn. And to be honest with you, the people from my own experience that I've found to be very much unteachable are mostly those who are of a religious mindset. Those who believe that the learning process has finished with them when they join themselves to a religion. And those who limit themselves and are living in limitation. They seem to always have the answer to every question. They seem to know it all. For example, I would have spoken to people concerning the Bible, addressing this human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, and that the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history. And they will turn around and speak to me and try to mention things to me concerning what is the verb and what is the adjective and what is the noun, believing that you can intellectualize everything. And I'm speaking about people who have my own complexion, who doesn't even realize that when they open their mouth and they speak to me, when I said that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, that they actually prove what I am saying, because a word is a thought expressed. So it has to first be mental. Before I speak, it has to first be mental. So my brother and my sisters, when someone can reach to that point of failing to understand that what you are telling them, whenever they open their mouth and speak, they're actually proving you right. And when they actually refuse, even from speaking to you or even have anything to do with you, they are still proving you right. And they do not understand that all their actions is basically coming from their thoughts. That everything is basically mental. Even if it's been just done in expression, it was still force of thought. So every action was force of thought. And every manifestation was actually force of thought. And every creation was force of thought. Therefore, we have thought evolves being. My mother and my father, before they could have come together to have me being expressed upon this earth, it was force of thought. Now, we're living in a world where we see some are rich and prosperous and some are in poverty and mediocrity. And what separates the have from the have-nots is basically their mentality. Because most of them who are living in mediocrity, they are not teachable because they're not willing to learn. They're not willing to listen. They believe that the true knowing or the real knowing come from intellectualism. But true knowing comes from experience. That is why everything I'm saying to you, it is based on what I would have experienced in my own life. So when I tell you that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, that it is not literal, neither is it secular history, I am speaking from experience, because I've experienced scriptures in my life. And that's how I come to know that the Bible is my own biography. And that God is my true identity. And that the journey of life is from humanity to divinity. I'm not speaking from theory. I might not be an intellectual, but I'm quite intuitive. Because we all have to learn to be led by our intuition. Because it was people listening to their intuition to bring you academic education. It was people who listened to their intuition to give you all the things that you're benefiting from, and even those that you're not benefiting from. So you are the one who have to understand the laws of thoughts and realize that it is only one power. And the power can lift you higher and higher, and it can carry you lower and lower and lower also. So as I would have said before in an earlier video, the power that kills is the same power that makes alive. And the power that wounds is the same power that heals. And that's in the Bible, in Deuteronomy 32:39. So yes, my brothers and my sisters, we have to learn to be more teachable. That's the reason why mediocrity and poverty is so rampant among more black people. Because they believe so much in education over their own human imagination. They believe so much in academic education over their own creativity. They believe in education, in academic education, so much that they forget that the books were first imagined, that the pencil and the pen that they always first imagined. They forget that we are all born into this world with a gift and a talent. And we have to use our gift and our talent to influence all of humanity. And that legacy is more than money. So my brother and my sisters, you want to exist in this world and you want to leave a legacy. But for you to leave a legacy, you have to be teachable. And also for you to change your situation to better. For you to better yourself. For you to lift your vibration. You have to be teachable. You have to come to realize that true enlightenment is discovering how much you don't know and how much more you need to know. And that the learning process never stops. That we are limitless beings. That we are eternal beings. And that we are spirit having a human experience. Therefore, we are not to limit ourselves by joining ourselves to any particular religion or having any false identity. But seeking to discover who we are and what is our true identity. So my brother, my sisters, I just want to say to you, you gotta learn to be more teachable. You have to learn to speak based from your experience, more than what you would have even read in a book. I would have heard someone say. Things that you haven't experienced for yourself, don't hold on to it as if it's an absolute. But always be willing and always have an open mind to learn. Even if at first you don't agree with what that person is saying. So all of you who are out there who have a religious mindset, I'm saying to you, before you judge me, listen to what I'm saying. And do whatever research you can do. But the greatest research is to think. Find yourself in isolation. Find a quiet place where there's no distraction. And exercise your mind. Because the biggest problem with humanity is that they don't spend time in isolation to think. So they don't exercise their mind. So, my brother, my sister, I believe I got my message across to you, and I want to thank you very much for listening to me, and I want to encourage you to continue to support this work by supporting our ebooks and now our hard copy book the Black Mystic from Ethiopia, Neville Goddard Mentor. I'm asking you to support that hard copy book also, and the other books, revising them and doing some other work on them, and to have them in hard copy for you also. Also, for those of you who have been supporting us on Patreon, we are quite grateful, and we want to encourage those who haven't done so to do so, because I definitely want to have this work spread throughout the entire Caribbean and to get people to wake up, though it wouldn't be quite much who would be willing to open their minds to the message of self-realization. But we have to be patient, and we have to realize that we all were brainwashed from little children growing up, so it's very hard to get certain things out of people's mind. Okay, so yes, I'm asking of you to support this work on Patreon, and if any one of you who are listening to me would like to know more of what I'm teaching and like to have mentorship, you can also donate $50 or more on my Patreon, and I'll give you my phone number, and you can be in contact with me, and we can, you know, communicate for an hour, we can communicate for 2 hours, and so on. Okay, so with that being said, I want to now give you the sign of Matthew 6:22, where it says, if I be single, your whole body will be full of light. And my brother and my sisters, when you have that experience, you will understand it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And when you have the experience, you'll also come to realize that is the dawn of a new day in your life, because it is the rising of the sun in you. And that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun, and we are the people of the sun. Therefore, let us use our mind power to achieve our every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.